The movie is set in the United States, where martial law has been imposed due to a rise in crime. The death toll is at its highest, and the rest of the world is experiencing severe economic depression. To everyone's surprise, Lex Luthor, the CEO of LexCorp, is elected as the President of the United States. Under his leadership, the country thrives and returns to normalcy. Luthor propagates the idea that superheroes, who act as their own judge, jury, and executioner, are the cause of the world's suffering. He emphasizes that no one should be above the law and forms a team of government-employed superheroes. Captain Atom leads the team, consisting of superheroes such as Black Lightning, Power Girl, Starfire, Katana, and Major Force. Luthor urges other superheroes to join his team or face consequences if they become fugitives. During a high-speed car chase, Superman saves a man from a crash on a major highway. Captain Atom, Major Force, and Power Girl approach Superman to convince him to join their team. Despite the low crime rate, Captain Atom wants Superman to acknowledge Luthor's success as the president. However, Superman, lacking trust in Luthor, walks away without a word. Meanwhile, Luthor and Amanda Waller discuss a plan to handle a massive kryptonite meteor heading towards Earth. Luthor decides to use nuclear missiles instead of seeking help from superheroes, confident in his calculations. Waller suggests utilizing the superheroes under Luthor's control, but he refuses. Waller challenges him and advises having a backup plan. At a press conference, Luthor announces the approaching meteor and assures the public that it is being taken care of. Luthor arranges a meeting with Superman, pretending to seek a truce and cooperation. Superman, despite Batman's advice, agrees to attend the meeting. They meet at an abandoned warehouse, where Luthor suggests Superman be the backup plan if the missiles fail. Superman starts feeling ill, realizing he is exposed to kryptonite in Metallo's body. Disgusted, Superman attempts to fight back but is weakened. Despite still being affected by the kryptonite, Superman uses his heat vision to make a car explode. However, Metallo emerges unharmed and severely beats the weakened Superman. Batman throws a batarang at Metallo's arm, causing an explosion and allowing Superman to escape. As Batman supports Superman, retractable arms seize Batman from behind. Superman quickly comes to the rescue and obliterates the arms with his heat vision, freeing Batman. Batman hurled a batarang towards Metallo's power source, causing a fragment of kryptonite to chip off. Seizing the opportunity, Metallo transformed the tiny kryptonite shard into a makeshift bullet and fired Superman with it. After evading Metallo's attack, Batman swiftly plants explosive plastique bombs that obliterate the adversary. While tending to Superman and attempting to extract the kryptonite fragment lodged in his chest, Metallo swiftly recuperates and traps them both alive by burying them. Batman proposes detonating the grave and making their escape through the sewer, assuming that Metallo would remain nearby. However, upon hearing an explosion, Metallo rushes to the site only to discover a deep pit in the ground. Tragically, an unidentified assailant ends Metallo's life before he can react. Superman and Batman venture deeper into the sewer, hoping to reach the Batcave before succumbing to unconsciousness. They encounter an electrified gate blocking their path, but Superman takes on the task of prying it open. Just then, Alfred arrives, armed with a shotgun. After receiving medical attention for their injuries, Superman discovers that Lex is making false claims on national television. Lex accuses Superman of attacking and killing Metallo, using manipulated footage to tarnish Superman's reputation in the eyes of the public. Lex portrays Metallo as a virtuous individual and paints Superman as a vindictive and malicious figure. Furthermore, Lex asserts that Superman's judgment has been compromised due to the kryptonite radiation emitted by the approaching meteor. According to Lex, this radiation has caused a sudden change in Superman's behavior. Following the press conference, Lex announces a staggering $1 billion reward for the capture of Superman. Power Girl challenges Lex, stating that Superman is incapable of murder. Lex makes a compelling argument, drawing a comparison to his own unexpected rise to the presidency, suggesting that it is still plausible for Superman to have killed Metallo, albeit highly improbable. Despite the intense manhunt initiated by Lex, Superman and Batman prioritize the pressing matter of dealing with the imminent meteor. They infiltrate Star Labs in search of information regarding the meteor. Subsequently, they detect a putrid odor and discover Metallo's lifeless body. Batman observes that the corpse is saturated with radiation, indicating that someone deliberately assaulted him with a radioactive blast to mimic Superman's heat vision. As guards approach, Superman and Batman attempt to flee, but they are ambushed by Banshee, who sends Superman soaring through the air. Batman lands unharmed but becomes encircled by adversaries. However, Superman swiftly incapacitates Banshee and dispatches the remaining villains using his heat vision. More villains arrive on the scene, eager to claim the bounty placed on Superman. Batman and Superman systematically neutralize the villains, but they become suspicious when they observe peculiar behavior among some of them. They soon discover that Grodd is the mastermind orchestrating the collaboration among the villains. Batman swiftly subdues Grodd, thinking the threat is over. However, their relief is short-lived as more villains emerge unexpectedly. Overwhelmed and outnumbered, Batman and Superman find themselves in a dire situation. Just when all hope seems lost, Captain Atom and his team arrive on the scene, providing much-needed assistance. To Superman's astonishment, he realizes that Captain Atom and his team have not come to aid them. When Captain Atom justifies that he is carrying out his duty, Batman remarks that they are acting based on Luthor's personal vendetta against Superman. Superman refuses to surrender, leading them to engage in a battle. Batman employs smoke bombs to blind their opponents while distracting Major Force with a glue grenade. Katana pursues Batman, engaging in close combat, while Superman is pursued by Starfire. As Starfire's power causes an explosion in Superman's heat vision, he swiftly charges at her and neutralizes Black Lightning, who was targeting Batman. Power Girl's timely warning prevents Superman from being hit by Captain Atom's attack. Captain Atom and Major Force team up to subdue Superman. Captain Atom intervenes, allowing Superman to use the opportunity as a distraction and incapacitate them. With no end in sight to the fighting, Superman employs his super speed to create a twister that catches the heroes off guard, blowing them away. Superman swiftly takes Power Girl with him and flies off into the distance, while Batman disappears from the battlefield. Lex and Amanda Waller meet with the General to oversee the launch of the nuclear missiles. The General explains that scientists have explored various scenarios and have reached the conclusion that the missiles alone may not be sufficient to destroy the meteor. Lex assures him that he has performed the calculations and is confident in its success. With Luthor's approval, they proceed with the mission and launch the missiles at the meteor. Their victory is abruptly shattered when they realize that the mission has failed due to the oversight of the meteor's radiation, which causes the warheads to detonate before reaching their target. Lex revisits his calculations to identify any missed factors. In a moment away from the others, Superman and Batman successfully convince Power Girl that Lex cannot be trusted. Captain Atom and the rest of the team arrive, and Major Force accuses Power Girl of being a traitor while claiming she is attempting to uncover the truth. Without warning, Major Force launches an attack. Batman throws a bomb at him in response. Power Girl confronts Captain Atom while being restrained by Black Lightning and Starfire. Superman comes to Power Girl's aid and incapacitates both Black Lightning and Starfire. Batman provokes Major Force into confessing that he killed Metallo under Luthor's orders, but Major Force pretends otherwise. Captain Atom overhears their conversation, and when Major Force loses control and attempts to kill Batman, Power Girl intervenes. During the altercation, Power Girl delivers a powerful punch that damages Major Force's suit, causing radiation to leak. Black Lightning proposes erecting a force field to contain the radiation, but Captain Atom steps forward and offers to absorb it himself. Despite Batman's efforts to dissuade him, Captain Atom insists on this course of action after discovering the truth. Captain Atom is in critical condition after absorbing such immense power, while Major Force disintegrates, leaving only his empty suit behind. Power Girl guides Superman and Batman to the base where Luthor is hiding. Superman assigns Power Girl another task while he and Batman plan to confront Lex. As they attempt to force their way in, Captain Marvel hurls Superman away, while Batman finds himself ensnared in a net by Hawkman. Both heroes struggle in their respective battles, with Superman contending against magical forces and Batman facing a flying adversary. Recognizing the need to switch opponents, Batman launches a missile at Captain Marvel, while Superman carries Hawkman to higher altitudes until he loses consciousness. However, in a surprising turn of events, Hawkman retaliates with a powerful punch, sending Superman soaring through the air. Batman attempts to approach Captain Marvel, who transforms back into a child whenever Batman gets too close, only to revert to his superhero form upon distancing himself. With news of the meteor rapidly approaching, chaos ensues, and crime rates skyrocket. People panic, and looting and theft become rampant. Amanda Waller bursts into Lex's office, catching him in the act of injecting himself with a mixture of steroids and liquid kryptonite. Waller questions Lex about his plans regarding the meteor, to which he brazenly admits that he has no intention of stopping it. Waller suggests utilizing the boy in Japan, but Lex adamantly refuses. He envisions a future where the meteor wipes out most of the population, allowing him to rebuild the world in his own image and become its sole leader. He even hints at Waller playing a role in this new world. Their conversation is interrupted when Lex receives news of Captain Marvel and Hawkman's presence. Lex goes out to meet them, only to discover that they are Superman and Batman in disguise. Superman seizes Lex, but suddenly feels weakened, as if affected by kryptonite. Batman demands that Lex disclose information about the meteor, but Lex orders his computer to delete everything. At that moment, Waller enters the scene, handing Batman the crucial data and urging him to save the world. Waller commands the general and his soldiers to capture Lex when he flees to his office and consumes his final dose of liquid kryptonite. Donning a mechanical suit, Lex storms out of the facility, determined to chase down Superman. Superman and Batman head to Tokyo, Japan, where they meet up with Power Girl, who has already informed Hero, also known as Toyman, about the impending threat. Toyman reveals that he has prepared the rocket but requires the coordinates of the meteor in order to destroy it. He confesses that the design of the rocket was inspired by his hero worship, resembling a combination of Superman and Batman. Meanwhile, at the entrance, Power Girl notices someone approaching and is struck by Lex's attack. Superman, using his super hearing, investigates and discovers Lex standing over the unconscious Power Girl. Lex's suit is equipped with kryptonite energy blasts that severely weaken Superman. Batman attempts to assist but both heroes are overwhelmed. With the computer disabled, Batman decides to manually control the rocket from inside, as the remote guiding systems are inoperable. Lex tries to stop Batman, but Batman manages to enter the rocket. Superman confronts Lex, keeping him occupied while Batman initiates the rocket launch. As the rocket heads towards the meteor to destroy it, Superman is filled with anger towards Lex for forcing Batman into such a dangerous mission, potentially sacrificing his life. Lex attempts to escape, but an enraged Superman intercepts him, dismantling his suit. Meanwhile, the people rejoice as they witness the meteor explode from a distance, thanks to Batman's sacrifice. Superman mourns the loss of his best friend. Power Girl and the rest of Captain Atom's team arrive, and Power Girl shares Toyman's belief that Batman may still be alive. Without uttering a word, Superman flies into space and locates Batman alive in an escape pod. Superman carries Batman back to Earth. Superman and Batman return, and shortly after, Captain Atom apprehends Lex and takes him into custody. With the truth about Metallo's murder now public knowledge, Superman is exonerated of all charges. As the sun rises, Superman invites Batman for breakfast, but Batman explains that it's already late and disappears. After a long day's work, Superman approaches Lois Lane, a star journalist at the Daily Planet, and joyfully embraces her as the Man of Steel. The end. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.